muted. I'm muted. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. We are starting back up the segment Glowing and Growing. And you guys know I'm always coming with some amazing women. And today is nothing short of that. I'm going to go ahead and bring our guest in. But before I do that, I want to make sure that I give her a formal introduction. Okay. Her name is Lanesha Mohip. She is the CFO of Polished Business Solutions. She is a 10-year experience degree corporate accountant, partnering with women owned brands and businesses and corporations to grow their businesses through improvement of their financial processes, which ultimately saves them time and saves them money. Since time is a valuable commodity, building a life around what you love is a top priority. As more women use their skills and heart to build a profitable business, she believes supporting women CEOs through education empowers them to make confident money decisions so they can stop winging it. Do you hear me? So I am going to go ahead and bring in Lanesha. No, that is, you're not hearing that incorrectly. It is Lanesha and Lanesha. Okay. So let me go ahead and bring her in. Hello.
Hello.
How is it going?
Good. Happy
Good.
Friday.
Happy Friday. Girl, I got my coffee, so my caffeine just kicked in. Y'all caught me at a good time. But guys, we're going to get into it. Like I said, if this is your first time watching this segment, we just recently moved it from Instagram over to Facebook and LinkedIn. So now we are exclusively offering this over here in Facebook and LinkedIn land. And I have the amazing Lanesha here with us, also a fellow Chicagoan. How did this even happen? This is divine that
It
two
has to
Laneshas
be.
from Chicago link up.
It has to be. It has to
Is
be.
for this occasion, I wore my Chicago Bulls shirt because I
Look
knew
at you representing.
we were going to be repping our city today. But go ahead, tell me about who you are and what your business is.
Yeah, so I am Lanesha. I am a seasoned accountant. I have come from corporate and have recently just focused on serving small businesses. So I seek to take what corporate already knows and help you implement it into your small business on your budget. I want there to be more pride about growing in your financial acumen, your business acumen. I want y'all to stop hiding behind the vanity numbers,
Mm,
the vanity metrics when it comes to growing and scaling your business. I want small business owners to be equipped, right? And not stripped of the resources that they need to get to where they're trying to grow towards. And so I am the catalyst to helping you make it happen just
yeah.
with the financial plan behind it. And I take a very non-traditional approach. I believe in teaching, I believe in kikiing, and I believe in really just making it relatable because honestly, we're all going through the same thing. We're all on a learning curve. You're not alone on an island. You just think you are. You need to come on over here and join us with the other crazy folks who have this vision that only we can see, right? And we can help you get there faster by not making so many expensive mistakes. So that's my passion project.
Yeah, and that's big. Not making expensive mistakes because a lot of businesses are doing that. And if they kind of had just tapped in to someone like you, they probably would have saved a lot of money down the line. Awesome. So what made you become an entrepreneur? You said that you were in corporate first, right?
Yep.
So
So
what made you take the leap?
I was forced to. I was the person that just wanted to get paid well. I didn't want to deal with having to find customers and clients. Like I just wanted a good job. I wanted to buy my luxury car and I wanted to handle my business, go home, spend these checks on some trips. That's it. Like I didn't want any of the foolery. And
Hmm.
I realized like my attitude, the way I think, the way I my perspective about how things work just doesn't always work in corporate. And
Mm.
I had a clashing with one of my managers, a controller. Um, Literally, she hired us the week before going on her trip. No training, no backup, no support, no guidance. And we were supposed to jump in and know everything. And if you've ever worked a job, how realistic to know a company's workflows, processes, and just, what their everyday thing is without being taught the ropes. And so literally I went to her desk. You ever know, like, you gonna get let go first or you gonna leave first, like you. So I went to her desk and I'm like, hey, I saw this email, but you didn't train me on any of this. And she's like, oh, well, just go on the drive and figure it out. And I'm like,
Wow.
figure it out. Okay. So I just walked away. And at that moment, I went to lunch and I was sitting outside with the smokers because I needed a break, like a mental break. And I told my coworker, I'm gonna get fired. What? I'm gonna get fired. I'm gonna get fired. So I just knew it. I just knew it.
Mm.
And I came back to work on the Tuesday after Labor Day. And I didn't sit down for not even 20 minutes in my
Oh my
cubicle.
God.
And HR is knocking on the thing like, can you join us in the conference room? I'm like, uh-oh, here we go. So on the inside, I was like this, but on the outside, I was calm, cool, collected. Like
Mhm.
I just knew it. But you don't know the ego kill of being let go and having your
Mm.
stuff boxed up at reception until it's you.
Yeah.
You don't know it. You don't know it. So I was literally like watching myself from the outside in. And I didn't say anything. They didn't ask me any questions. They were like, yeah, we just don't think it's going to work out. There's some discrepancies between you and the controller. I'm like, y'all ain't going to even ask me what happened. It don't even matter what
Mm.
happened, right? So I'm getting walked out of the conference room by security. My box is sitting on the receptionist's desk. So while we were in the conference room, they was cleaning up my little papers on my cubicle desk. And I remember being walked in the elevator downstairs to the lobby, like, y'all are really treating me like I'm a criminal.
Mm. Mhm.
When all I did was literally stand up and speak up for myself. But it was her word against mine.
Yeah.
And from that moment, it was just a crumble of what I really thought, my life would actually pan out to be.
Mhm.
And so I had to figure it out from there. Still had a mortgage, still had car note, still had bills, but your girl couldn't get a job, period. So I had to figure it out. And that's kind of
Yeah.
how we got here.
Yeah. And what you thought was going to be a setback was a setup for
Oh,
something better.
it was definitely a setup.
It was a setup for this amazing business, and so that you can touch more people than you probably would have touched in the corporate world in this atmosphere. So I love that. Okay, I love that. So what's new? What are you working on over in your business right now?
So I am working on doing things bigger and better and more strategic. So for those who follow me, probably see I'm speaking in a different way. I'm presenting my storytelling in a different way. And it's because I'm no longer at that level where it's just about the basics. I'm
Mm,
trying to really help make huge, like exponential differences in businesses. And it can't just be about the basics all the time. So I'm speaking to a different audience because although we need the basics, a budget, bookkeeping, right? We need that stuff to remain compliant, but that's not going to bring about true change. It's not going to help you scale. It's not going to help you, start to pay yourself back of all that you've invested in.
yeah.
The true change is in the strategy. And so instead of constantly speaking to the folks who are still struggling with the basics, Now that I'm focused on strategy, that's who I'm talking to, the folks
Yeah.
who want the strategy.
Yeah.
Love y'all. Um, but I can't keep talking about the same things over and over again. I want more for y'all. I want better for y'all. I want faster timelines for y'all. And if it's taking you 12 months to decide if the basics are for you, then I am not for you.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
So it's just, as I grow, so does my talk, my language, and my offerings have to grow, and I have to get in front of the people that want that. Right? I don't have to continue to convince people that they need something that the IRS has said we need. You know what I mean? So I am pushing my CFO VIP days. Like, no longer should it take weeks for folks to upload bank statements and reports for something that we can do in one day. And
Yeah.
honestly, we don't have time. Like, we're already in July and we just sneezed and it was January. We don't have time, right? Time flies way too fast. So I want to shrink time frames, get stuff off of your plate that you shouldn't be doing anyway or touching anyway, or maybe you left it on the back burner. And now in 6 more months, we're going to be back in the same cycle. When
Hmm.
in 6 months, we should be talking about who's going to be your next hire. How did your sales go this year? What's going to be the projection for the upcoming year? How much are we going to contribute to your company's retirement plan? Like, the strategy, not
Yes.
the
Yes.
basics. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And so that's my focus, at least over the next year or two. And we'll see where it goes from there.
Yes, I love that. Okay, so if you're watching this live or if you're watching the replay and you know that it's bigger than just managing your QuickBooks, you need an actual strategy, a plan to take your business finances to the next level. Lanesha is the type of person that you need to invest with. That is the type of assistance that you need. But those people are problem aware, right? They know
They're aware already.
they need
Hmm.
a strategy. Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, outside of the business world, what keeps you busy? What do you like to do? What you like to watch? Tell us a little bit about you behind the scenes.
So I like the kiki. So I like having fun. I like, I'm a what they call it, GIF gift meme collector. Like, I love
Uh-huh.
to sit on my phone and be scrolling through TikTok or through, these GIFs and be kiki. I love that. It brings great joy to my soul. I, I also love investing in comedy shows. Like, I don't care if it's streaming online. Like, I've watched literally all of Kev on Stage's comedy shows. Like, that's another thing I love to do. But, like, money wise, I'm going to put money in a trip or an experience because I work from home, right?
Yeah.
And I see my spouse and my child and my dog every single day. So it's important for me to switch it up, but also to experience something new and honestly insert more gratitude into my life, because sometimes we feel like we're so busy and we're doing so much. When you ask for this, you
Mm,
ask for this plate to be filled, right? To transition into what you say you want to do. Sometimes I got to be put in a place where they don't have access to what I have. They don't have privileges that I have.
mm-hmm.
And so it brings me back down to being humble and grateful and thankful for my health, clean water, roof over my
Yes.
head, right? Black women who support me when corporate said no, so I need that. And
Yeah.
then I love a good murder mystery. Who did it? Where was they at? How we go? Why you didn't go over there? Like, I love that. Talking back to the TV.
Murder bit like SVU.
No, not really. Like, when Netflix puts up some weird documentary about
Ah,
a killer in this city or this state, yeah, I'm
yeah.
about to be watch all 9 seasons.
I love that. I love that. So wait, I want to play off that. So the trip, what is your dream trip that you would love to go on?
I don't have a dream trip, but I do have a list of places I'd like to go. I've been wanting to go to the Olympics since I was like a child.
Ooh,
I
that's a
used
good
to literally sit at my desk at work, and every time it came on, I would shrink the screen to like this size in the corner so I don't miss any of the games. Um, so definitely the Olympics. I've been eyeing like Iceland on TikTok, eyeing
one.
Iceland. I love Canada. It's beautiful up there, but it's like it has to be a mix of like nature and somehow a beach.
Yeah.
Like if it's not a beach in there, it's not a vacation. It's a trip.
That's a
It's a trip.
that's the distinguish between a trip and a vacation. I love that. Okay, cool. So back to like the finance part. What is like the number one misconception businesses have when they trying to like set up their finances? Like a trend that you're seeing with different entrepreneurs.
That that they think they can do it themselves, that they know what they're doing,
Yeah.
that um they've been swayed or caught up by a marketing ad, by a Square or a QuickBooks or GoDaddy, and their marketing message and copy is saying, do it yourself, handle it yourself. But if you pay attention to TurboTax's ad as a football, what was it? What's the football,
Super
the
Bowl.
biggest football game? Super Bowl. Now they've transitioned from everybody's tax people to don't touch it.
Mm,
Don't do it yourself. So don't be swayed by these marketing messages if that's not your area of expertise. I would be crazy as hell to be telling people that I build funnels, knowing damn well I can't stand a funnel, right? But because an ad tells me just pay $37 for this subscription, I am now in this software doing God knows what, and now I'm messing up stuff.
yeah. Yeah.
And messes are more expensive than actually booking a consultation.
Yeah.
So if it's not your wheelhouse, at a minimum, book a consultation. Secondarily, have another set of eyes look at it, because you are touching things and setting up things that you have no business touching. And now you're going to get a 4-figure bill to clean it up. And we ain't
Mm.
even got to the tax filing process yet. You
Mm.
have Square set up, you have PayPal, you're accepting money via Cash App, you're taking money via Zelle, and now it's all across 6 different accounts. Do you think that is easy to
Right.
clean up? So if it's not your wheelhouse, at a minimum, invest $100, a couple $100 for a consultation. How do I do this the correct way based
Yeah.
upon my industry? And then you can decide, oh, do I want to take the advice of that expert and do it myself, or do I want to outsource it? Because now you're equipped with information on how to do it correctly versus just winging it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so that's the biggest thing. And then the second thing I would say is just waiting. People wait. People wait. They wait for I don't know what. But they have no problem paying the invoice of their marketing person, no problem paying the invoice of their social media person. Meanwhile, the number one tool that pays for everything, money, that's
Exactly.
last. So
Yeah.
I don't understand that mindset, but those I would say are the main two things that I typically see.
And it's like, don't wait till the last minute and then bring me a whole bunch of mess. Like, let's be proactive and get ahead of the game, because that's how you really set your business up for success, by being
Yeah.
proactive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you come from corporate, like we've seen the messes that we've had to work in, right? We've seen, the hiring manager or the recruiter tell you all the cute things about the role. And then you get into orientation, you get through orientation, and now you're literally in the deep end of the water with no instruction, no life jacket, and they
Mm,
expect you to swim. So you want that experience to be like that in your business with your consultants, your contractors, your employees, and your vendors. You want that experience to be the same, or
mm.
would you rather it be be better, be different. So you have the opportunity by being smaller in scale to do it right, to do it better, to
Yeah.
be more efficient, to be more effective. So people think like, oh, I'm not big enough yet. You could do a whole damn lot with $150 consultation, and you
Mm.
can save a whole lot by booking a consultation. But you have to have this mindset of proactivity. I want to be proactive. I want to be prepared, right? I want to be attracting the resources that I need before I need them.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
mindset shift.
Absolutely. Mindset is huge. And I see this a lot on the operation side too. People wait until it's already messed up versus getting in front of it. And it's the same thing for the finance world. You have to get in front of the mess, right? Before it hits the
Mm-hmm.
fan. You want to make stuff smooth and streamlined from the very beginning. Look, Karen says she's preaching, and she is. And she is. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool. So leading into that, this is gonna be somebody's sign that they got to get their finances together. They need a strategy if they want to scale and go to the next level in their business. How do they work with you?
I would say some key signs is if you're sitting, on your couch on the weekend running payroll, that
Ooh,
ain't what you're supposed to be doing. See, you're supposed to be the CEO, right?
that's
So
good.
you're using your weekends to run payroll. You're getting letters from maybe like the IRS or the State Department of Revenue for stuff that you didn't do last year. That's a telltale sign.
Mm-hmm.
You have people who you've hired or brought into your business, and they're asking you questions, but you don't have time to answer the questions. But instead, you're frustrated that they're asking you questions when you didn't have an onboarding process, you didn't have an SOP, you didn't have a video link to help them get onboarded. That's a
Mm-hmm.
telltale sign.
Yeah.
Another telltale sign is you're ready to make an investment decision and you don't know if your numbers are reliable. You know how to go in QuickBooks or Wave apps and pull out a report, but you deep down inside, you're like, that don't their revenue look higher than I think.
Mm. Uh-oh, you muted. There you go.
About now.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So if all of that is not helping you to lead to make confident investing and spending decisions, it's time to back it up and figure out how to kind of course correct, right? And use those opportunities to say, okay, Sheila is asking me when I get when she gets a tip, how is it processed? Or when
Mm-hmm.
a member gets a tip, how is it processed in the POS system? That's a training opportunity. That's a documentation opportunity. That's also probably a setup opportunity in your POS system
Mm-hmm.
that you didn't implement because you was just moving. So when you start to get these hard barriers from you having to move forward in that decision making, it's time to stop, take a break, and see how can I get a strategy put in place. And I think it's important for people to understand the difference between being having a need for a strategy and being hopeless about their situation.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
when you're hopeless, you feel like you don't have any options. You're going to ignore everything, everybody, every resource, every expert. You ain't ready for nobody's help. You probably want to invest in therapy because sometimes we get to a point. No, Siri. Sometimes we get to a point where it's just too much. And if you have no options in your mind, go sit with a therapist. Don't hire
Yeah.
nobody else. But
Yeah.
if you feel like you got too many options on your plate, you need somebody to start taking stuff off. The buffet is just too big. Maybe you want a cute little charcuterie board. You need a strategy. You need a strategy. So partner with people who can help you think in smaller projects and put deadlines on it and completion dates and caps for your threshold of spending. I saw somebody post the other day, I'm so sick of people asking me how much it costs to work with me. That's what corporations do. They
Yeah.
get estimates, they get quotes to figure out how much is it to invest in you for
Mhm.
this solution. And maybe I can't put it in the budget right now. Maybe I got to do it in 2024. That's what corporations do. You're offended when somebody's doing their due diligence. Why? That's business.
Yeah.
I may not be ready right now, but I have to put it in my budget for later, right? That to me, that's a smart thing to do. Because it's stupid thinking that, oh, I can't afford this right now.
Right.
Maybe I'm at my cap right now, but I will continue to spend throughout the growth of my business. So your mindset has to change about growth, in my opinion. That's the good thing about having experience from corporate. Like, you get to see things on a bigger scale. And so these smaller problems to us are like, girl, why are you tripping? Like, that's little, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh. When you're
So,
talking to an expert, yeah.
like, it's literally small. It's so small on the threshold of or the corporate level. They're like, that ain't even at threshold. Don't bother me about that. Meanwhile, you're racking your brain thinking you're on this island by yourself, and it's normal.
Mhm.
It's routine. It's normal. But you got to get with somebody who thinks bigger, who's forward thinking, who knows
Yeah.
how to strategize, right? And also is relational, who has emotional intelligence. Oh, you ain't answering my emails. You ghosted on me. What's going on, sis?
Mm.
What you
Mhm.
need? You want to take a pause? Need a break? All right, cool. I'm gonna check in on you in 90 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Versus, she ain't paid her invoice in 90 days. Maybe she's stressed out.
Mhm.
Maybe she tired. Maybe she got a lot on her plate. Chill out. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, be a human. Understand how humans need, that space and grace. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know.
good. That's good. And people want to work with you when they see that you're human.
Yeah,
Not only are you an expert, but you got a heart too. That's
right.
the perfect
Everything
combo.
transactional. Like,
Yeah.
people make very, very bad decisions sometimes in our emotions. You could do something real stupid because you feeling a certain way. Why are you feeling that way? Go sit over there. I'm gonna go sit over here.
Uh-huh.
When you're ready, I'm gonna check on you in 90 days. I'm not gonna be all up in your business
Yeah. Yeah.
if you don't want me to, because sometimes we just need space, right?
Mhm.
Lifing, adulting is heavy. So you have to give people that space and grace to say, I get it. This is a lot, right? Do you want to slow it down? What are you feeling right now? Talk to me, communicate,
Yeah.
right? A lot of finance people don't welcome that space of communication because they're overwhelmed too, right?
Mm.
So if you overwhelmed, let me know. You ain't gotta ever worry about me being mad, upset, right? You gotta cancel. You making all these decisions. You're juggling everything. Cancel, sis. Take a break. Take a
Mhm.
breather. I'll do as much as I can. I'll do about 90% of the work. I'll keep you updated, but I'm gonna check
Yeah.
in on you in 60 days.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, give people that space and grace. And a lot of times we be in transactional mode. What about the relationship?
Yes. Yes.
You know what I mean? So I think that's a little bit of what sets me apart. Like, I know how to fill out those cues and leave people where they are, because sometimes, I don't know, like, I get sensory overload and I just want to be left alone.
Yeah.
It ain't you, it's me. It's me.
So look, if they want to book a consultation call with you, how can they find you? Is it on your Facebook? What's the best way to reach you?
So the best way is going to my profile. There's a link in my bio. You can go directly there to book a time to chat. Come ready to ask questions. Do not feel like something's off the table because you feel like you're going to sound crazy or stupid. There's no such thing. You don't know everything. You're not supposed to know everything.
Right.
So come with your questions. Feel free to communicate. And if you feel like something is over your head, always feel comfortable saying, I'm not understanding. Can you run that back for me?
Yeah, yeah.
Because we have to do it, especially in corporate, because sometimes the the data be so ingrained in your muscle memory and in your head that you don't say it completely with clarity. So
Mhm.
always feel free to ask, what do you mean by that? Can you clarify that for me? That's what CEOs do. That's what they do.
Y'all hear it now. So this was y'all sign. Somebody watching this, this was your sign that you needed to get it together. You need to delegate this. You need to delegate these finances, and you need to do it with an expert that know what they're doing. And Lanesha is definitely the one, the go-to person. All right, I appreciate you. I
Absolutely.
appreciate you, twin. Thanks again for coming on here. I'm glad that everybody can see how amazing you are and how great your business is. And again, guys, if it's not on there yet, I'm going to tag her name on there so that you can go to her profile and go ahead and get you a consultation call. The investment just to learn about how you can go to the next level is well worth it. Okay, go ahead and again, somebody said it's not up. Is it up there? Okay. Thank you,
Thanks,
Karen.
Karen.
Uh-huh. So go ahead and add her on Facebook and go ahead and book a consultation call. You guys have an amazing, amazing weekend, and I will see you in these internet streets. Thanks again, Lanesha. Have a good one.
Bye, y'all.